Hello and welcome to another in the series of questions that people should be asking about their time management. My name is Francis Wade, and the number 7 question is, what kind of supports do I need?
Well, what you need is a customized set of supports. And to explain why you need that, let me first look at the time management resources that exist. There's a lot that's out there right now. Here's a partial list. There's books, there's programs, websites. Some of them you have to pay to get. Many of them are for free. They're all widely available. And the good news is that many of the ideas that they're sharing are starting to look the same. So there's no one out there, or very few that are out there, that are saying anything radically different. They're mostly saying the same things, which is a good thing. It means that there's some convergence in the best practices that they're recommending. They're borrowing from each other, and they're lining up and saying, here's the things that you need to do. So there's not much to argue with when you go to a time management course or read a book. Learning the points is simple. They make sense. They are said in other places. It's kind of tough to argue with the logic of what you hear in these programs. They're borrowing from each other. They're well put together, well delivered. So learning is pretty straightforward. My research, though, tells me that where people have the greatest difficulty is not in the class, but what happens afterwards. And most people, according to what I can see, don't implement the ideas that they learn. Problem is, when the class is over, the first bit of stress that they hit in their life sends them back into their old habits, somewhere between 2 days to 2 weeks. Why does that happen? Well, simple. Learning is different from implementing. In order to implement well, what you need are, again, you need these custom supports, something that will hold you up, prop you up when the stress starts to hit. Luckily, there's some stuff that we can grab from the most recent research on habit change, which tells us that habits are best changed when the supports are there. They also recommend that we do one at a time. We have some kind of overall plan and even a backup strategy to kick in when, there's some possible failure. So here are some possible supports that I am aware of. So one is to have a coach that you work with live, in person, or by phone or by email. Another is to have a buddy, someone that you work with side by side or by phone again, or someone who can hold you accountable. There's also a small class or a group that you could join, everybody working on the same thing. There's a great website I found called stickit.com where you can actually bet some money on your success. You can create a habit tracker, a graphic representation to track your progress. You can share your goals publicly to friends who care. And you can set up auto reminders, using email, text, anything that would remind you to keep on track. Bottom line is that you need to know yourself, because you're essentially trying to trick yourself into adopting these new habits. And that takes some insight.
If you'd like to hear the other 19 videos in this particular series of frequently asked questions or questions that you should ask, visit mytimedesign.com/20 VIDS NOW. It's 20 vids now. I look forward to seeing you. Take care. Bye-bye.